Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the upcoming transit of the planet of love, happiness, beauty, relationship, which is the planet Venus. So Venus, which is currently transiting in its own Mool Trikona sign in the Libra sign, but on December 25th, on the day of Christmas, Venus will transit to the sign of Scorpio. So guys, definitely we will get into the elaborative side of this transit of Venus, because whenever it comes down to the Scorpio somehow hold this capacity to distort the natural signification of any planet. In any case, Venus has already got a very bad rap. Initially, or if I were to say, Venus is a planet of unconditional love. Whenever we talk about anything to do with the possessiveness, extreme desire, sexuality, passion, that only comes into picture when Venus comes in the contact of Rahu, planet Mars, or the Scorpio sign. But individually, or the innate qualities of Venus is only about offering or showering unconditional love. So definitely guys, this transit of Venus in the Scorpio is going to be from December 25th till January 17th. Initial 4 days, Venus is going to be getting conjunct with the planet Mars, but then Mars will move on to the Sagittarius sign. But throughout this stay of Venus in the Scorpio, it is going to be receiving the 10th aspect from the planet Saturn as well. So definitely guys, Saturn's aspect, that to 10th aspect, generally tend to remain very professionally oriented or very success giving. So let's say, for example, if in your line of work, in your professional aspiration, if Venusian qualities and the Scorpion qualities are coming into picture along with the 10th aspect of the planet Saturn, then definitely you can attain success. Now before we will get into the customized results, let's first try to understand the general results of the transit of Venus in the Scorpio. And that only reminded me of this notification which I recently saw. So guys, let me give you a very typical Venus Scorpio energy synopsis. So these days there is one movie in Bollywood which is very much talked about, which is the movie Animal. In this movie there is one song, I guess Arjun Veli, this is the song. Now you will be surprised when you will get to know that the singer of this song, he sang this original version, the same song, and it was there in the YouTube from the past 5 years, and it only had 350 views. Now the song, which has become a national sensation, now the singer is so popular, he's going on concerts around the globe. But imagine, for 5 years this song was there on the YouTube, not coming into everyone's attention. And the director of this movie, he somehow discovered this singer, this song, and he convinced him to remove this song from the YouTube, and we will re-upload it, and we will use this original version, original music, everything same in the movie. So this is what the qualities of Scorpio is. Scorpio is a very secretive sign, and definitely Scorpio is a water sign. It is a fixed sign, and definitely whenever Venus goes in the Scorpio, there is always this tendency of acting very possessive, acting very insecure, getting very obsessive in the matters of relationship. But again guys, in all those line of work where you have to progress because of the magnetism or allure in your personality, then I would say that Venus's influence in the Scorpio can actually help you. Or let's say, for example, you are working in the fields of insurance, royalty, adult industry, performing arts, and in any of these fields as well, Venus's influence in the Scorpio can actually prove out to be very beneficial. Like definitely when we talk about high-end luxury, people who are in casino business or liquor industry, tobacco industry, high-end resort or luxury hotel businesses and all of that. So Venus's influence in the Scorpio, and that too during this time, receiving the 10th aspect from the planet Saturn, is definitely a very good news. So yes guys, and definitely I would say this thing that if Venus is in the Scorpio, so it is a kind of a different scenario altogether, where if you are already going through some sort of difficulties or problems in your relationship, because lately what I have experienced is that I came across lot many, because I am all the time surrounded by the Venusian people only. So lately I saw this trend that from the past couple of weeks, specifically the Taurus Lagna natives but actually facing a lot of problem in the matrimonial concerns and all of that, because definitely opposite to you is the energy of Scorpio, and two heated planets, Mars and like Sun was transiting from over there. So I would say this thing that if Venus is also in the Scorpio, so and if your Venus dasha is on, your moon sign is of Venus in any capacity, so recitation of this Shri Suktam becomes very important. Kind of propitiating the Shri Yantra at your home, or donating white things on a Friday is generally considered as a very good remedy for the planet Venus. So okay guys, now we will shift our discussion customized to all the rising signs. So starting first with the Aries natives. So guys, in your case definitely Venus becomes a very important planet because it has got a rulership over your second house and the seventh house. For your commercial aspiration, your public image, family support, Venus becomes a very important planet. But again, it is a killer planet for your Lagna as well. Now, so guys, your second house and the seventh house lord is going to be transiting in the 8th house. And with the kind of role which Rahu is playing right now in the transit and Ketu is playing, so I would say this thing that pertaining to the matters of your relationship, a lot many people will definitely find themselves little bit insecure in the matters of the relationship. Like the way I have already mentioned this thing that for any of the concerns, that if your line of work, your profession is connected with the 8th house, you're working as a researcher, as a occultist, you're working in adult industry, in any sort of research or exploration or underhanded secretive activities connected with the 8th house, this could be a beneficial time for you. But when we talk about, or let's say even in all those line of work where kind of below the table, those sort of income is applicable, those people can still get benefited. But when it comes down to the immediate family or the matters of your relationship, over there this is a kind of combination that, let's say for example, if you're already going through some stressful times in the matters of relationship, this can actually add more stress and worries on the account of that. So over there you have to remain cautious, careful. Saturn is right now is in a very strengthened state. It is not only aspecting your 5th house but your Lagna as well. So any clandestine hedonistic activities, too much of the indulgences might not get along well, or might get punished, or it might have very negative repercussions on your health. So in that regard you have to be careful. Now guys, when we talk about the Taurus rising natives, definitely guys, in your case Venus becomes your ascendant lord, and Venus is now going to be transiting to your 7th house. So your ascendant and the 6th house lord is now transiting in your 7th house. So that in itself is a very good indication guys, because as you know this thing that whenever and wheresoever ascendant lord goes, it only protects the signification of that house. So for anything to do with the for finding a right match, running into someone, or experiencing that love, happiness, camaraderie, that bonding with your partner, this is going to be a very good time for all those people in whose case some important deals which you are pursuing or you are chasing, so you might be able to close some very important deals as well. And also guys, for all those people who are connected with the mass media or anything to do with the performing arts, or you are a public figure, so definitely your audience or masses will connect very strongly with you. So overall for the Taurus rising natives, it is a very uplifting time. Now guys, for all the Gemini rising natives, definitely guys, in your case as well, Venus is a very favorable planet for you. It has got a rulership over your 5th house and the 12th house, and now it is going to be transiting in your 6th house. So guys, specifically for the students who have to write any competitive exam, this could be a beneficial transit for them, because even Saturn, Jupiter, they all are in a very strengthened state for you. And I would say this thing that specifically for the artists and the creative people, it will be much better to avoid any conflict, because things might go very bad. So that is one recommendation which I want to make. Along with that guys, I would say that in the daily work life, in your daily work life, I would say that this is a kind of a typical combination where let's say for example, if you are successful in your line of work, you are a good performer, or you are very attractive, very vivacious, so I would say that a lot many people will be insecure because of your charm, because of your elegance. So my recommendation to the Gemini Lagna natives, for this specific transit is that do not show off much. The more you will kind of exaggerate about your talents, about your accomplishment, you will make people go secretly envious of your success and all of that. So that sort of workplace related jealousy, enmity, insecurity, something which you might have to deal with. For the students and all, this is going to be a very good time. And for all those people who are connected with stock market, trading and all of that, my recommendation to take some very calculative risk. Now guys, for all the Cancer rising natives, so guys, in your case, definitely Venus has got a rulership over your 11th house and the 4th house, and now in the transit it is going to be entering your 5th house. So definitely guys, it is going to be a very good transit of Venus for you guys. Nothing would be better than that if you're already connected with the fields of like entertainment or content creation or anything to do with the adventure sports and all of that. This is going to be a very blessed time for you. For all those people who are single, this is going to be a transit which can actually see, the thing is 5th house is a house which governs our thought process and all sort of entertaining activities we generally attached with the 5th house. So a lot many Cancer Lagna natives during this time might be very much inclined towards art or fashion exhibition, or giving too much attention to their looks, or I would say for all those people who are single as well, running into someone or taking too much interest in listening to music, fine food, and too much of the experiences over luxury and all of that. So it is a very feel good kind of transit for the Cancer Lagna natives. Friends and family will play a very pivotal role during this time. And if you're already an actor, you are a musician, during this time, the work done by you, or the music, or the kind of product you are gonna create during this time, that can suddenly go viral. Your work might get very much appreciated, and overall guys, it's a very good transit of Venus for all the Cancer Lagna natives. Definitely if you are in a line of work where you're working as a event management or event planner, or you deal with the sale purchase of cars, or you deal with any of the children related products or accessories, this is going to be a very beneficial time for you. And definitely friends and family will play a very significant role. Now guys, for all the Leo Lagna natives, definitely guys, in your case now, as you can see that Venus has got a rulership over your 3rd house and the 10th house, and in the transit it is going to be entering your 4th house. So definitely guys, Venus's transit from the 4th house is generally considered as very good. A lot of the attributes of the 4th house somehow overlap with the innate qualities of the planet Venus as well. And like the way I always say this thing, Venus is a planet of unconditional love. So like you will deeply feel pertaining to the development or whatsoever is going to be happening in your domestic life, your family life, it will definitely leave a very strong impact in you. That is one thing. Second thing is that if you are in that line of work where high-end luxury, buying and selling of vehicles, aviation industry, hotel industry, so if you're in that industry, definitely a lot many opportunities are heading your way. So definitely guys, any of the development which is going to take place during this time, it will be very comfort giving or matching your satisfaction level during this time. So overall guys, it is a very good time for the Leo Lagna natives. And if you are planning to initiate or like take any important steps in your line of work, in your professional sphere, chances of finding success or things going as per your liking is very strong. Moving ahead guys, now for all the Virgo Lagna natives. So guys, in your case now, as you can see that Venus has got a rulership over your 2nd house, and your 9th house becoming a very important planet for you, and the transit, it is going to be entering your 3rd house. So definitely guys, Venus's transit from the 3rd house is generally considered as good when we talk about all the content creators or all the performing artists, musician, and specifically all those people who play instruments, musical instruments and all. So they are generally seen with a strengthened Venus from the 3rd house. So overall guys, it is going to be a very supportive time. Any of the travels, with the family, with the friends will prove to be very elevating. Or I would say that if during this time you have to sign any important deal, any important contract or agreement, so it will prove out to be very fortune awakening or very supportive for you in long span, in long term as well. The only thing which I want to recommend to the Virgo Lagna native is that do not get easily insecure because of the success of people around you, because you know this thing that Venus's influence in the Scorpio many times make your emotions, your feelings, or your any of the emotional turmoil in the matters of relationship very intense. So try to look at the optimistic, brighter side of whatsoever is going to be happening in the matters of your relationship with your siblings, with your friends, with your neighbors, with your colleagues and all. Because whatsoever you are going to be feeling, it will be very easily, anyone around you can easily read it on your face. So try not to let it reflect very easily. But yes guys, overall travels or communication, self-expression, all of that will be much more in your control, and you will definitely gain or garner good support because of that. Moving ahead guys, now for all the Libra Lagna natives, I always say this thing, my favorite Lagna. So guys, in your case now definitely it becomes very important because it is going to be the transit of your ascendant lord. So Venus being your ascendant and your 8th house lord is now going to be transiting to your 2nd house. So definitely guys, wheresoever the ascendant lord goes, somehow our whole focus goes pertaining to the matters of that house. And because whenever Venus is in the Scorpio, it somehow makes our emotions, our feelings very intense, and definitely this intensity is taking place in the 2nd house. So that means you will be very much protective and very strongly attached to the people around you, in your immediate family, to your position, to your family, to your wealth, to your savings. So all of that will be a very central concern of yours for the next couple of weeks. And definitely guys, nothing would be better than that if in your line of work, because 2nd house in a way tells about our finances, it tells about our income. So if your income is connected with Venus, you have a garment store, or you are an artist, you have a food business, you are in a hotel industry and all of that, you are a freelance artist and all, so closing some important deals or being considered for some good projects and all of that is in store or is in the pipeline for a lot many Libra Lagna natives. Also guys, pertaining to the matters of relationship as well, it is a very good news, because definitely somehow your 2nd house and the 7th house is being ruled by the same planet. So if your ascendant lord is going over there, so somehow slowly gradually that kind of attention will also go in the matters of the relationship as well. So definitely those who are already in relationship, they will find that happiness, comfort, or that solace, and those who are single, they will be very much inclined towards, and even chances of running into someone is also kind of getting promised as well, because you know this thing that your 5th house and your 7th house is right now very blessed, is very accentuated. Saturn being in the 5th house, being your Yokarka planet, Jupiter transiting from the 7th house, a planet which blesses any alliance, any union. So overall guys, it's a very good time. The only thing which I want to say is that Venus in the Scorpio, that too in the 2nd house, which is the house of our eating and drinking habits. So if you're a kind of person who has very exotic fine taste for drinks, for smoke and all these things, so balance and moderation is needed. But overall it's a very healthy, very supportive, positive transit for the Libra Lagna natives. Now guys, for all the Scorpio Lagna natives, so guys, in your case now, as you can see this thing that Venus becomes your 12th house and the 7th house lord, and now it is going to be transiting in your 1st house. So definitely guys, beyond doubt, whenever a planet is transiting from the 1st house, the attributes, the qualities and the vibe of that planet easily get reflected on our face, on our persona, in our aura. So Venus is a planet of charm, beauty, elegance, and let's say for example, if you are in that line of work where forming connection with people or giving a lasting impression to your audience and all of that is important. You could be a politician, you could be a journalist, you could be an actor. So I would say that it is going to be a very harmonious time for you. Those who are single, trying to get into alliance, this is also very positive news as well, because whenever Venus is strengthened, and that too in the 1st house, it automatically attracts those healthy and salubrious relationship in our life. So overall guys, pertaining to the matters of the enhancement of reputation, and the thing is that Venus in your case becomes your 7th house lord as well, your 12th house lord as well. So expenses can suddenly go high, but the thing is that these are going to be those expenses which will definitely refine your personality. Here I'm not looking at those kind of expenses which are very wasteful. I'm looking at those expenses which are needed to kind of groom your personality, groom your persona. So yes guys, for more commercial opportunities, running into like-minded people, having that charm, elegance in your persona, overall it is a healthy and supportive transit for the Scorpio Lagna natives. Now guys, for all these Sagittarius rising natives, so definitely guys, in your case, Venus becomes your 6th house and your 11th house lord, and now it is going to be transiting in your 12th house. So definitely guys, Sagittarius Lagna natives have to be very careful, because guys, you know this thing that Venus is not a very favorable planet for you. Venus's transit in the Scorpio in itself is a red flag, and over and above that, the houses it rules and the house where it is going to be transiting for the next few weeks. So you have to be very careful. Any secretive clandestine activities, like this is a kind of a typical combination where like this could be the workplace related situation, or your friends might encourage you something which is not very healthy, which is not very good for you. Like the way we keep on coming across those situations where, oh, I never wanted to drink, my friends forced me, I never wanted to do drugs, it's like my company and that person who forced me, who put me into this. So you have to be very careful and very cautious of the advice or influence around you, and any of the secretive clandestine activities and actions needs to be avoided, because guys, as you know this thing that even Rahu is right now transiting from your 4th house, but most importantly Ketu is transiting from your 10th house. So right now as well, your public image in itself is very much vulnerable and prone towards some extreme changes. So my recommendation to the Sagittarius Lagna is that any of the hedonism or indulgences, secretive, clandestine activities needed to be curbed, and you have to be very, very respectful towards women. And lastly guys, definitely it is only beneficial for those people who are like any of the secretive, covert activities, you're working in the adult industry and all of that, this could be beneficial for you. But for rest of the people, my recommendation, keep it low or be disciplined. That is all what I can say. Now guys, for all the Capricorn Lagna natives, definitely guys, in your case, Venus becomes your Yokaraka planet, and being your 5th house and the 10th house lord, it is now going to be transiting in your 11th house. So again guys, Capricorn Lagna natives are actually heading towards some very good time. Your ascendant lord is already strengthened in your 2nd house. Jupiter in the original Kalpurush Kundli as well in the 4th house is considered as very good, and over and above that, Venus is your Yokaraka planet's entry in the 11th house is a very, very good indication. So let's say for example, if you have already worked very hard and you are in that line, in that queue to being considered for a promotion, new role, new designation, being acknowledged, I would say that you will stand a chance during this time. Friends will definitely prove to be very supportive. If you are a content creator, you are an influencer, in any capacity you create something, I would say that suddenly being recognized, coming into limelight, so all of that is in cards. And definitely even for the students as well, or people who have to write any competitive exam and all of that, it's a very good time. All what I can say is that guys, for the Capricorn Lagna natives, aim high, work very hard, and socialize as much as possible, and spending money, energy and time in your marketing, in your PR, in your promotion will definitely yield some very good results for the Capricorn Lagna native. Now guys, for all the Aquarius Lagna natives, so guys, in your case now, as you can see that Venus being your Yokaraka planet, your 4th house and 9th house lord, it is going to be now transiting in your 10th house. So guys, definitely whenever Venus is transiting from the 10th house, that in itself means any planet transiting from the 10th house means that the attributes and qualities of that planet will get reflected, will get experienced in your professional endeavors, in your professional undertaking. So that means in your line of work, your networking, the charm in your personality, or support of females will definitely support you or help you. Nothing could be better than that. If in your line of work, like anything to do with the buying and selling of vehicles, or you are in a public service, you are in a teaching, immigration business, this could be a very good transit for you. So overall guys, I would say this thing that networking will definitely play a very significant role in your professional undertakings. The only thing which I want to say is that whenever Venus is in the Scorpio, do not get easily threatened, insecure, or easily challenged because of any criticism coming to you or any of the professional kind of politics taking place. So just try to remain confident, focused more on towards your goals, towards your path. And definitely this entry of Venus in your 10th house will support you. And like the way I mentioned this thing, if your profession is connected with the 4th house related fields or 9th house related fields, this could be a very harmonious time for you. And lastly guys, for all the Pisces rising natives, so guys, in your case, Venus has got a rulership over your 3rd house and the 8th house, and in the transit it is going to be entering your 9th house. So guys, whenever Venus is transiting from the 9th house, like the way we say this thing, that the worship of the feminine divine goddess, like recitation of the Shri Suktam, any of the goddess Durga mantra should be considered. Along with that guys, definitely any of the, if you have to undertake any travel during this time, so you will experience that comfort, that luxury, or with any intention, objective or strategy or plan you will undertake that travel, chances of finding success tend to remain very strong. Also guys, people who are connected with teaching, training or law related fields as well, this is going to be a very harmonious time for them as well. The good thing over here is that friends will definitely play a very significant role. They will act like a guiding light to you in any of the life's turmoil. And overall guys, it's a very inspiring or very uplifting transit of Venus taking place in your 9th house. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs for this upcoming transit of Venus in the Scorpio. For furthermore updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.